Slutty, what's going? Hey man, we got a grandmother kill her great nephew at her brother's funeral. Boy, what the fuck? That's crazy. Before we get in this bit, make sure you subscribe right now. I ain't gonna do too much talking. Let's just get into it.
Nobody wins when the family feels.
Investigation underway at a funeral home. That funeral home is located on West Hamilton Street. Zach Tawatari is live there tonight. Zach, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Grace, on Hamilton, just east of Yale at McDuffie's Mortuary. You can take a look here at the building that exists here. What we know as of now, we don't have many details, but it started just after 11 this morning. Police tell us one person has died, and dispatch telling us it was a shooting, possibly related to a family dispute. According to witnesses, a woman here at a funeral shot a man. And just minutes ago, police dispatch telling me that there was a woman taken into custody, but no word right now if she is the shooter. We are still waiting to get official details from police at this scene, and it's still an active investigation. We're going to have more tonight on KHOU 11 News at 10.
Shot him in the back of the head and I witnessed it.
But records say there are conflicting points of view. Some family members believe it was not intentional, while others say it was.
The thing was a murder. It was a murder.
Fam, I think it's best we approach this situation a little different. Listen, nothing about the situation we about to discuss is normal. First of all, we had a shooting at a funeral, and some could say that's starting to become a norm. Secondly, we got a young man who lost his life at his grandfather's funeral. Third, we have a suspect who was arrested, who happened to be the victim's great aunt. Fourth, something definitely had went on prior to bringing a firearm to the funeral, especially to be in the hands of a lady in her 60s. And lastly, prompted her to withdraw and discharge that firearm. Now, nothing about this is normal, but nothing about this sound like a coincidence. So this is what I'm gonna do, family. I'm gonna present the facts and see how you guys feel at the end of the video in the comments. Because this is less than 48 hours since the incident, and the motive is still not clear, with two sides of the story, depending on who you asking in the family. So before we get into this one, remember, family, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we're gonna jump right to it. McDuffie's, 115 W Hamilton, Houston, Texas, had hosted a funeral service for a gentleman that go by the name Alan Richard Henderson. Born July 1st, 1946, came to his demise on March 31st, 2023. He was 76 years old, with his funeral taking place 9 a.m. on April 8th, 2023. Now, shortly before the funeral service was over, Houston police had issued a tweet indicating that an arrest was made for a booking photo of a Queen Smith Jackson, 67 years old, who was then charged in the fatal shooting of a male family member at 115 West Hamilton Street.
Grandma, what the hell is your old ass doing? You know, good and goddamn well your ass is tripping, Grandma. You supposed to be at the motherfucking house getting the food ready. You know, like after the folks leave from the funeral and go to the house and shit. Your ass supposed to be in the motherfucking kitchen making macaroni and cheese and chicken. You tripping, son. You tripping, Granny. You supposed to be at home making chicken and macaroni. You crazy.
On Saturday, April 8th, 2023. Now, according to HPD homicide detectives, they say it started with an argument between family members at the funeral service, which spilled into the parking lot. And unfortunately, that's where a 22-year-old victim was shot in the back of his head. Now, at the time, the details of who this man was wasn't released to the public. Now, as far as Miss Jackson, she's a school bus driver for Sheldon, and she admitted to the gun, but claimed she just meant to fire it into the air, according to HPD. She still didn't state why, but she quoted, "She attempted to fire it and it failed to discharge." A prosecutor had said in court Monday, she lowered it, held it, and hand pointed it away from her, and the gun struck the 22-year-old on the side of the head.
Home this weekend leaves a family planning yet another funeral. Police arrested 67-year-old Queen Jackson, and she now faces manslaughter charges. Jackson was in court today. Anayeli Ruiz joins us live outside the jail. The latest on that story. Anayeli.
Well, Jackson is accused of shooting and killing her 22-year-old great-nephew in the head, and it all happened during her brother's funeral. A family mourning the death of their loved one now has to bury a second family member. The The woman accused of the crime is 67-year-old Queen Jackson, who now faces manslaughter charges.
Defendant states she intended to stop a verbal argument.
According to records, it happened at Jackson's brother's memorial service Saturday morning at this funeral home near Tidwell and 45 North. Investigators say a fight started inside and spilled outside. That's when they say Jackson pulled out her handgun from her purse
And fired it into the air. She stated she attempted to fire it. The gun failed to discharge. She lowers it and held it in her hand, pointed away from her, and the gun struck the 22-year-old complainant on the side of his head.
Records say she shot and killed 22-year-old Eric Hubert, her brother's grandson.
She shot him in the back of the head and our witness.
But records say there are conflicting points of view. Some family members believe it was not intentional, while others say it was.
The thing was a murder. It was a murder.
We've reached out to the funeral home to find out if they have any surveillance video, but they tell us they do not. In the meantime, this 67-year-old grandmother now faces manslaughter charges as investigators try to piece.
I ain't gonna lie, Granny, you did wrong for that. You supposed to be at home making food. Supposed to be making some good ass macaroni and chicken. You tripping. Macaroni and fried chicken. Fuck you talking about?
Together how one funeral service led to another death in the family. We did learn that Jackson is currently a bus driver at Sheldon ISD. We also learned her bond was set at $50,000, and her family was trying to come up with some money to be able to bond her out. Now, we also know she is not to have any contact with her great-nephew's family. Reporting live, Anayeli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
All right, thank you so much, Anayeli.
Now, more information came out as the judge then decided to raise her bond because of the information that was provided in court. And also, the identity of the 22-year-old was also provided to the public. 22 years of age, Eric Hubert. And like we mentioned in the video, family, the person who's held responsible, the suspect, well, that's his great aunt. Family, friends, and loved ones of Eric also call him Noonie. That's who they was referencing to when they spoke to ABC. Loved ones had quoted, "A disagreement started when Noonie told his uncle to stop being fake since he believed he was never there for his grandfather, and that might be the husband of the suspect." They then said the argument escalated, and Noonie unfortunately lost his life. Once again, may he rest in peace. As more developed, I'll make sure I keep you guys updated. Want to take the...
Damn, Noonie told his uncle, boy, stop being fake, boy. Your ass never was coming around when folks was around him. That's crazy. You know how that shit go. That shit stupid as hell. Petty as hell. Bro, this shit could have been resolved a better way. Like, come on now.
Moment to give love, prayers to the victims and their family. As for Miss Queen Jackson, as you heard in the news clip, their family is still trying to scrape up bail. It was raised a little, but one of the conditions if she do post bail as she awaits in jail is that she can't have contact with her great-nephew side of the family. Which lead me to the original question at the beginning of the video, family. Now, even though Texas is an open carry state, talking about a grandmother who decided to bring a firearm to a funeral. One side of the family saying this, and the other is saying the next. Let me know, do you guys think this was a coincidence or something had led up to this way before this funeral? Talk to me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, fam, I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Damn, that shit crazy as hell. Anyway, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah.